Hey guys, I apologise for the tardiness of this. I went to a gaming festival because I'm that cool over the weekend. I did a vlog of it actually, and you can see that in the description. But here we go. First up, there's been another developer diary update for Jetpack Joy. If you haven't seen it, it's made by Halfbrick, who are the people who make Fruit Ninja. And there's been, I think this is maybe the third developer diary. And if you haven't seen them, check them all out in the link below. But it's a really cool looking game, and it should be coming out for iOS on the 1st September, with Android getting it soon after. Sega have announced they're going to be bringing the Sonic CD game to Android. This is one off the Mega CD, which is sort of like the classic retro one, and this would be pretty cool. There's no release date yet, but hopefully it will be soon. And this looks like you can get some really cool retro gaming on your phone without having to resort to emulating. We recently talked about Sprinkle, which was coming to Android, and it's now actually been released. Unfortunately, it is only for TegraPhones. I haven't had any luck using Chainfire 3D. Some people seem to have done for some devices, so definitely worth having a go if you haven't. But just please release games for everyone. Carrying on the Tegra news, TegraZone has released a website which is pretty much just a clone of the app they have, but obviously online. It's kind of handy if you don't actually use a Tegra phone. It's quite nice to see they are putting sort of some weight behind their whole project with getting games on their chipset. I just wish these games were getting released for everyone else, because at the moment we just have to hack them, which is just a bit time consuming really, and it's pretty obvious that they do work on other chipsets. A developer whose name I believe you pronounce Mick Croity has announced they're going to be releasing a game called Tree Maker onto the iPhone in August and Android sort of slightly afterwards. It's like a really cool new sort of indie style game where you swing from tree to tree or from little platformy type things. This is definitely one to watch, and I'll definitely be trying this out when it arrives. Polar have put up a new video showing one of their new games, and it's a game called Tank Rider, and you sort of ride around and you shoot things with, believe it or not, a tank, but it actually looks like it could be really good. And Polar have been releasing some pretty awesome games recently, so I don't see why this would buck the trend, but see more about that in the description. Gameloft have released the trailer for Modern Combat 3, and yes, just yes, so nice. I don't think it looks quite as good as the recently released Dead Space, but that is pretty exceptional. But it looks like it could be really, really good. The multiplayer looks quite decent. I just wish they released these with Z-Mode compatibility, because that would be really cool. But that's definitely one to keep your eye on if you like Gameloft games and you like shoot 'em ups. A company out there have recently demoed some augmented reality T-shirt games, which look pretty cool. I think the concept is definitely better than what you could actually practically use it for, but it's really cool to see. And you basically hold your phone in front of a T-shirt. That'd be an awesome game. In front of your T-shirt, and you can game. Obviously the person has to stand still, so it doesn't really work, but it's a cool concept, and more about that in the description. Alloy Entertainment have just released a new game called Twisted Lands onto the Android market. This is a horror-themed hidden action game, and it actually looks like it could be pretty decent. I haven't actually got it to work on my Galaxy S2, but that may be because I'm running MIUI. So try it out if you haven't already, and if you do like hidden object games and the horror genre, then this looks like it could be a really good game. So check it out in the description. We actually have two hidden gems this week. First one is called Zixby, or something close to Zixby. Graphics are really, really nice, and the gameplay is quite refreshing. It's sort of slightly more indie style, slightly more sort of simple mobile, made for the touchscreen, rather than simply flying upwards and shooting at things. You do sort of swipe around, and it's pretty decent. So definitely suggest you check that one out. The second hidden gem is called Lost Cube of Atlantis, and this is a puzzle style game, but it's got this really weird mechanic where the entire time you simply spin this cube on the home screen, and you tap the different sides, and there's different colours, different sounds, loads of different things, and the order you have to press them in changes. And it sounds really, really simple, and it sounds really boring, but it actually gets really, really interesting and really difficult. So that's definitely worth trying out if you like puzzle games. And the graphics in that are also pretty impressive, so definitely worth a try out. EA have released Madden 12 onto the Android market, and it's kind of expensive at just under $8. But the graphics look pretty decent. They're not the highest end we've ever seen, but they're pretty good, and the gameplay is not bad. So if you do love those styles of games, this is definitely worth trying out. It could be a really cool complement to the console version that's just been released. And if you do like sports games, check it out. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support the channel. Please go to droidgamers.com to support them, and also get loads more great Android news. Comment if you've got anything to add, or if you want to see a game featured or anything like that. Also, please hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Ta-da!